Hello, everybody. Good day. What the hell? Hey, Nicole, how are you? Yes, I'm at the park next to my apartment. The weather was so good today, I had to get outside, you all. What are you up to? You taking a break from work? I think I'm gonna sit down. I don't want like a jumpy camera or anything, so I'm gonna sit down. But it's so nice out here. I'm gonna walk around for a second, then I'll sit down. Hey, Jessica. How are you? Long time no see. Oh, that's awesome, Nicole. I see some people have started doing their own playlists or adding songs, and I love that. I love the creativity, the intention. Y'all, Jessica has been MIA. We miss her. Glad you're popping in. Let's see who else shows up. But y'all, today I wanted to talk about some revelations around money, you all. And I probably should have saved this for the group, but I think it's something we all can benefit from. Nicole, have you started to have different ideas about money? I know you have because you posted about it. But you started to get like ideas and things about money and generational wealth and things like that. I want to know your experience because y'all, since I started this, my mind has been open, and what I realize is, yeah, right, Nicole, it's working, the spell. Like, my mind has really been opened. Y'all know I just spent the last weekend in New York. I was there living high on the hog, I guess they call it, but also broke. And life is interesting like that, like this money thing. It's taught me a lot of things, but a lot of them are fear related. And it's about overcoming fears. And it's so fascinating to me, like, these money manifestation lessons and things, they come kind of to address the fears that you have, and they're buried in the subconscious. And a lot of it does with the programming, like we talked about in the group. The negative programming that we've received from like society and, you know, from relatives and people around us, it's all fear-based. And so learning to connect with your spirit and listen to it and follow it and everything, work with it. A lot of the work has been with literally like removing the limiting beliefs around it. And also raising your awareness out of the, like, you know how time, they kind of teach us time is like past, present, future, and time really isn't like that. It's like all happening all at once. So getting out of our like perception of time and getting into that space where we create, like when you do your visualizations, Nicole, and your you know, your affirmations and all that, when you get into that space, you can really create there, and it's like outside of time. So understanding that that's how life really works. It's like outside of time, and like just because you're broke today doesn't mean you won't have like a ton of money tomorrow, you know? And the fear plays on the feeling that you're feeling now when you don't see it. But you know, when you've been doing the work, it's like it's on the way. And learning to trust the universe has been so crazy. Can either of y'all relate to that? Learning to trust. Because y'all, my experience of money that I'm learning, it's been all about fear. Yeah, like even quitting my job, y'all, it seems so monumental at first. Now it doesn't seem that big a deal at all, but when I did it, it was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? This is like my source of security and stability and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm realizing that was all some bullshit. And I knew it even before I did it. But it's like, you know, We cling to those things because we're made to cling to them, but it's like you have so much more power within you. You can generate income, but more importantly, you can generate ideas. You can create, you can express yourself in your God-given gifts when you have the freedom and the time to do that. And we're taught that we don't have that. We don't deserve it. We need to focus on other things. But y'all, if you're not creating, if you're not expressing yourself, you're really missing out. You're really missing out. Oh yeah, Jessica, you've been out for a minute. How you doing? You've been gone for a minute? Yeah, I know you've been handling your business though. That's good. I'm glad you made it back. Yeah, right, Nicole, it's not easy because you face your fears. And I didn't even know that's what I was signing up for when I did this. It's just like, but that's, the fears of those limiting beliefs like we talked about. And it's like when you take the time to remove those things, it's like you unmask the demon. And that is a huge lesson. So that's what I've been doing, you all. And then the universe sends signs to you and signals when you do open up to it. So everything that you're worried about, like it'll send certain things to help you on your journey. Hey, Angela, welcome. So being in New York brought a lot of things in perspective and also brought out some of my fears. And it was an overall very positive experience. And I enjoyed it, but when I left, I had some of my fears come up around money and things like that. And then I just left breakfast with my sister. And it's like a lot of the answers to things I had questions for just came out in that conversation. And you just know when you're going to get inspired, when you're going to get a response from the universe. But when you start to look for those signs, they come to you. And it's like all the things I was worried about, now I totally I'm relieved. And so that's why I call this the descent and rise of the phoenix, because it's all alchemy. I realized part of this path and learning and growing, it's like the flight of the phoenix. To gain these new levels of information and these transformation, these things that we're doing to ourselves, it's like the rise and the fall of the phoenix, which is how the universe works. It's like the up and the down, the black and the white, the rise and the fall. Like you have to go into that underworld, which is where your fears are. You have to go into the underworld and walk through it. And on the other side, there is light. So it's kind of like to get to that light, you have to go through the darkness. And your willingness to do that is going to bring about the change. But y'all, you got to face those fears. And oh my gosh, it just came to me. It's like, it makes so much sense, but you have to go through it. Thank you, Jessica. That means so much. Thank you. So I think, the flight of the phoenix is ongoing. Like you're always going to rise and fall. But like to bring about these realizations that are going to get you to where you want to be with these money goals, it's like you got to face these different limiting beliefs and then debug them. And you got to trust the universe. It's everything the tarot preaches you all. You got to take the leap of faith. That's the fool. You got to go into that underworld. That's, the devil and dealing with your demons. And then on the other side, I notice like a lot of times that money shows up is after I go without. Like I will be flat broke. I will even be in the negative. And just when I'm like, I can't handle this anymore, I can't take it, then the money comes or then the relief comes or whatever. Like it's all on the other side. But you got to be willing to take that journey, which is the descent into the belly of the beast. And I think where a lot of us get messed up is a lot of us are unwilling to take that journey. We're scared. And as y'all know about dealing with the devil card, it's like the 10 of swords, like the actual monster is never as scary as it is in your mind. You spend your time running from this thing, running. And then when you finally turn around and face it, it's not a big scary thing. The scary part was in your mind. But the actual monster is just like a thing that you can easily overcome. The lovers in the devil card, they look chained to the devil and like he's controlling them, but really they could walk away at any moment. So that's my big revelation, and I'm so excited. because those fears are going to keep coming up, but it's like your willingness to just stare them dead in the face, look at them, and then get to the other side. You got to walk, you got to descend the phoenix, you got to burn up in the passion and go into that underworld, walk through it, and on the other side is the light. So that just happened for the umpteenth time today. But keep faith, you all. Learn these lessons, because it's a step-by-step process. It's not going to all come to you all at once. Like, it's a real transformation you have to go through. It's a series of transformations. So, but you're leading that process. You're creating it by doing the work, doing these affirmations, doing the visualizations, writing your goals down. All of these things, y'all, it's doing the work. So you're going to elevate. Wow, Jessica, tell us about it. We haven't heard from you in so long. We know you're having the issues with your house, but I'm really excited, you all, and I'm really relieved, because I really faced some deep fears recently, and it caused some I think it was some deep-rooted psychological fears and things in my subconscious that were drawn out and made me question things, and it was uneasy. But then after this experience, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be good. We're all good. So allow the transformation to occur. No, it's alchemical. When you're talking alchemy, you got to break things down. You got to descend. You got to go through that dark period before you can rise again out of the ashes. And then that more powerful part comes about. Also, the metaphors in tarot and spiritual, the snake shedding its skin. When we grow, we have to release the old things. We get constricted by our past. And when you're growing, which starts internally, just like the snake, the spirit, then you got to shed the external stuff. So that's what my path has been like, you all, lately. I can't wait to hear what you all have learned on your paths in the Money Manifestation group, and just everybody in general. We really are doing some real work here. It's magical, and it's I'm so inspired, and I'm so thankful. Right. Ooh, Jessica, that's a big one. I'm glad you said that, because I know there are a lot of moms in the group, and a lot of women, and that's extra pressure. It's one thing for me to be by myself and experience this, but I know a lot of women deal with, having kids and feeling the obligation to not put them through what they're going through personally. And that's a really interesting dynamic, I'm obviously not a mom, so I don't have that experience. And so it'd be really interesting to hear what you all experience with that. But yeah, I'd love to hear what you all are experiencing on your journey. And I'm really thankful to have people walking through this journey with me in this group. It's a great way to just support each other and just reassure everybody, because y'all, this stuff is so deep with us. It's hard to reckon with it. Right, Nicole? There you go. Absolutely. It's hard to reconcile it sometimes, because it's we have so much stuff telling us opposite things of what we actually need to learn. And so it's good to have a group of people who are there experiencing the same things, are reassuring. Yep, Angela. Yep, aging parents. Yes, Nicole, that's honestly what I was just discussing with my sister, a lot of different family dynamics. And I know Nicole had that generational wealth card yesterday, the 10 of coins. And those are things that I started to consider today. So it's really, 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 really interesting. But one thing that we were talking about was sort of establishing some sort of financial base among my family, my brother, my sister, and me, to all utilize for us and empower us. I know I'm all about empowerment, so financial empowerment is one way. And we can all set it up to help us. So I don't know if y'all are thinking about doing things like that in your own circles, but it's just good being able to talk about these things, because my sister, I don't like talking about my family too much because it's kind of personal, but my sister has she has a different mindset when it comes to money. She's more money oriented and financially stable and all these different things. So she's more that old school. So to hear her open up to me about different things financially And me being on this journey and me being able to share certain things with her, it's really refreshing to see that there's like an open exchange of ideas and people who are willing to try and experiment new things. Because y'all, we have to do something different. We can't go on living our lives the way that we've been told and expecting to be successful, because it's not going to work that way. Like, we have to use some sort of creativity and empowerment to address our financial needs and our needs in general, but especially financial. Like, just going to work, working hard and paying the bills, that's not going to cut it these days. It's literally not. You know, the people, the corporations and things aren't trying to pay us what we're worth. Our expenses are through the roof. People are charging way too much for everything. We live in this capitalistic culture that wants us to just buy, spend on stuff that we don't need. And it's hard to keep up or stay afloat. And we're being disempowered the entire time, you know? Like, my goal with the Money Manifestation Group, and then just overall with my entire business, is to empower people, to connect them to their spirits, and to unleash their creativity. That's really the goal. From day one, that's been it. And I don't know if I've ever said it that plainly, but that is the goal of the group. So, y'all, we got to find ways to do it. You know, especially as Black people, African Americans, or whatever, you know, wherever you come from, but especially as Black people, we got to find different answers, okay? Because this system was not established to benefit us. If we keep trying to work in the framework of that system, it's not going to do what we expect it to do. It's going to disempower, and we need empowerment. So we need new creative ideas. We need to connect to our true selves, which are formless, actually. It's not even a race or a color or a gender or anything like that. But our true selves, we need to connect to that power, our divine spark, and then live accordingly. So anyway, I hope y'all can relate. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you for walking this journey with me, especially Nicole. Oh my gosh, you're like the best. Jessica, I'm so glad to have you back. Angela, once again. Angela, I'm going to find some time to get to New York again. And when I come, we're hanging out. I'm going to give you more of a notice too. Because I was so sad I didn't get to hang out with you this past weekend. But y'all, we have the answers within us. Yes, Jessica. Yes. Jessica, if you can, get into our money group too. We would love to have you. We're doing the work hardcore in there. But yes, y'all, our guides are with us. They're speaking to us every single day. The answers are within us. It's just our job to unlock them. Unlocking tarot. Unlocking the answers. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Have a great, great day. Blessings upon all of you. Blessings on blessings on blessings.